And so the East Coast Greenway, in a sense, like it transforms commuting from the mundane to the magical. And I get to hear the sound of birds instead of the sound of other cars and honking and engines. And I get to see leaves instead of concrete. And it changes your life in these small but important ways. And I want those opportunities to be available to as many people as possible. In North Carolina, we have two routes. We have our main spine route that takes you through the center of the state, including through the triangle region of Durham and Raleigh. And then we have our coastal route. The two routes meet in Wilmington and then continue south towards South Carolina. So our spine route is about 28% complete in North Carolina, and so that's a little over 100 miles of trail. And then our coastal route is about 9 or 10% complete, and there's a little over 40 miles of trail. So outside of the designated trail segments that we have, our trails are in all different stages of development, from gap, where we haven't really identified a place for the trail to be routed, all the way through design, engineering, construction. In the triangle region where I'm based and where our organization has our headquarters, we currently have one of the longest stretches of nearly continuous greenway through metro area along the whole East Coast. And we've been working with communities in either direction in order to build out new sections of trail from the Virginia border down to the Cape Fear River in Harnett County. So there's a lot to look forward to right now in North Carolina and across the East Coast Greenway route. It really feels like in this moment we have this tremendous opportunity to really build some transformative trail through communities in North Carolina and across the East Coast. The North Carolina General Assembly designated 2023 officially as the Year of the Trail. And this was important to East Coast Greenway Alliance, and it was important to our trail coalition, the Great Trails State Coalition, because it really demonstrates the value of trails in our communities across the state, in all 100 counties of North Carolina, as well as builds support and new users for trail across the state. Something that I've really come to appreciate in doing this work is just how complex and challenging this work is. Something I like to say often is it's like this big 3D puzzle in which you're putting together continuous pieces of trail alignment through developed communities and having to figure out where those get routed. But at the same time, you're needing to time it according to other development decisions, as well as funding each new phase of a project, and a whole host of other complexities that make these projects require a lot of capacity. It's really important from our perspective at the East Coast Greenway Alliance that this work is funded in order to support the capacity to do this complex and creative and challenging work.